Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to the channel to another episode of F1 Fantasy Weekly, and we are here for the most exciting race of the year, and it is the start of a triple header. We are going to the French GP.
Oh yeah, get in there.
And that is the end of this week's F1 Fantasy preview of the French GP. We hope you enjoyed. Good luck to everyone's fantasy teams this weekend. We hope that's been really useful because, you know, the excitement, we can't control ourselves.
Woo!
That's all we wanted to
Make
talk
sure
about.
you like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
Ding it! Do we have to talk about it now?
Do we?
Shall we?
Fine, let's put ourselves through it.
Okay.
Let's just get out of the way. The quicker we're into it, the quicker
Well,
out.
let's be honest here. If the France GP, and let's give every race a chance, you go into the weekend and you don't know what's going to happen. So let's give the French a chance, people. Don't write them off just yet, okay?
Yeah, they have cool stuff in France.
You've got an Eiffel Tower.
Got Disneyland.
Yep. They've got
The Mona Lisa.
Pierre Gasly.
Pierre Gasly, yes.
Technically the Principality of Monaco, but you know,
Le Mans is in France.
Yes, there you go. Lots of good things. 2019 Indy 500 winner Simon Pagenaud.
Yeah.
Four-time IndyCar. What was he? Champ Car. I was getting there. Sebastian Bourdais, 4-time champion in there.
There we go. And they got Paul Ricard.
Yep.
Let's get into it.
Stop the screen recording now.
What is F1 Fantasy?
I'll start the screen recording now.
Okay.
Well, okay, it is the game where you get 5 drivers, 1 constructor. You've got to be looking up in the corner as it comes out with you. With a $100 million budget. 2. I said that. Oh, it's gone wrong. Basically, you score points over the course of a weekend and qualifying and the race to score points to compete against your friends and the world and compete in the most prestigious F1 Fantasy League there is in the world.
I feel like
F1 Fanatics League 3.0.
Okay, yes, of course. Incredible.
Yeah.
Top picks. for this
Right, okay,
weekend.
so you're just jumping straight in there.
Well, what else are we going to do?
I don't know. Right, okay, here we go. So, money. It's so
Top
funny.
picks. Max or Lewis?
Max.
Yeah, Lewis is too expensive. You'd reckon Mercedes are bouncing back this weekend. They could even be the faster car. You never know, but Max is your sure safe bet for that top pick. And I would have one of those top picks. I know some teams experiment not having a Max or Lewis, going instead for, Checo, Leclerc kind of team. But yeah, I'd back Max Verstappen as a top pick. Next up, Checo, Leclerc, or Ricciardo.
So I was just making changes on screen there as well because price is going up. I capitalised on the Vettel price change, but Checo has gone up. He's about to go up a second one. Probably would have done by the time this video comes out. So unlucky. No, but always watch those kind of sentiment bars. But I do think the triple Red Bull threat now is looking very good. Although expect Mercedes to bounce back.
Yep.
But Bottas looks crumbled. So I still think the triple Red Bull threat is going to go because I think constructors, they're going to outscore Mercedes. Perez is going to outscore Bottas. And Max Verstappen, even if he comes second to Lewis Hamilton, is still going to score strong.
Yes. So you're going Checo over Leclerc.
Yes.
Yep. Ferrari, I know they've had 2 good weekends.
But it seemed very street circuit focused. They didn't have this pace outside the street circuits. They've been competitive, but they were competing with McLaren rather than obviously the Mercedes and Red Bull. And actually in Baku, they couldn't compete with the Mercedes and the Red Bull.
Yeah, so Checo over Leclerc.
Lewis Hamilton and Red Bull. We should probably clarify.
Yeah, Ricciardo's still getting up to speed. Still not worth his price for that high priced turbo drivers. So no other question.
And I had Vettel in there to capitalise on his price change, but I think it would be a risky pick to steal back Sebastian Vettel at 15 million.
Yes.
Although if you were debating between him and Carlos Sainz, as Vettel seems to be getting a bit more in a rhythm, that's an interesting fight.
I will say, a bit like Ferrari, Vettel's resurgence has been on the street circuits.
Yes.
Is that mainly his experience coming through?
Mm-hmm.
Is the car going to be there to give him that good performance in France?
But
Who knows?
But he maybe looks like, and Lance Stroll driven well too, but it maybe looks like that Sebastian Vettel, and a difference would be between himself and Carlos Sainz if you were going to go for that kind of 15 million bracket of Alonso, Fernando, Alonso, Sainz and Vettel.
Yeah.
Is Vettel probably out of the three now? I would feel more confident at picking to get those teammate points.
Yeah. There's 5 teammate points you can get.
As he feels, that confidence is bit, and I think that podium could be something that really kicks him on it.
Yeah, it just depends if the car's strong enough to get him a good points finish at France.
Yeah, and that is the main issue.
Because for that price, you need them to come in ideally 6th or 7th. Yeah. Because it's all about championship points for that price.
Yeah.
If you finish outside the top 10, it doesn't matter where you finish. You're going to have
then you're really focusing on the teammate points.
Yeah.
But yeah, if around that price, you've got to get some championship points with the gamble of maybe a podium as well from there. Norris at 13.9 million.
Still an absolute must.
Still a league of his own. He's having an absolutely superb season.
Yeah. And he could, I think, return to the best turbo pick this weekend, depending on how Red Bull look.
Well, it depends how well Checo qualifies, isn't it?
Yeah. If Checo gets on a podium, then he may beat Norris. But I think McLaren going to be very strong.
Okay. I'll probably turbo Checo then on that basis, because whenever we confidently say something around the Lando Norris turbo, it means that it probably goes wrong.
Although I did back Checo heavily in Baku.
You did. And I said he would have been. I should have taken the -10 hit because he big time paid off in Baku. Yeah. Pierre Gasly, it's between the Gasly-Ocon train. Alpine are an unknown, aren't they?
Yep, it's the home Grand Prix. Do they have a special upgrade package for the weekend?
Yeah.
Who knows? I haven't seen anything.
And Gasly has just looked strong throughout.
AlphaTauri seems to be getting stronger and stronger, and strong Baku, will they build on it? Who knows?
And as the main team have been strong as well, you gotta feel that translates a little bit to AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
So, Yuki Tsunoda got his best performance as well, didn't he? And Gasly obviously getting that P2.
So those low teen drivers.
No,
back
P3 wasn't he, Gasly? Vettel was P2.
On the what?
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going back to podium. Gasly was P3 and Vettel was P2.
I back Gasly over Ocon, yeah.
And then I think if we go into manage here, this guy, Antonio Giovinazzi, is a really interesting guy.
What about, for that previous one, we should include also Lance Stroll. Gasly, Ocon or Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll in the equation yet? We'll need to see a bit more consistency from him.
I just think out of the other two, although Alonso's getting stronger, Ocon did retire in Baku and Ocon seems to be having a pretty damn good season so far. Gasly is by far the most comfortable for getting those guaranteed teammate points.
Yep.
Unless something goes wrong with his car, he is beating Yuki Tsunoda every weekend.
Yes.
As it currently stands. Obviously, Yuki can continue to grow in the season. Lance Stroll is a much closer one. And like you said with Aston Martin and Sebastian Vettel, I think still at Lance Stroll's price, you've got to be looking at, will he... will he be able to kind of capitalise and get some championship points?
Yes, 8th or 9th in the standings.
Mm.
All the car getting there. But yeah, Gasly's safest pick for teammate points.
Now, I think the Giovinazzi price range is an interesting one. For me, I can technically upgrade to Esteban Ocon. So that might be something that I upgrade.
Because in the Gio range, you got Kimi, Yuki, Gio, scroll down.
So yeah,
it's those three drivers.
This is essentially, well, I would classify all of these in it because I would say they're all round about in that bracket.
As your cheap pick.
As your cheap pick. And if you've obviously done your budget better and built it, then obviously you're going to be able to compete for the likes of more Kimi Räikkönen and the Yuki Tsunoda. If you haven't, then obviously you're looking at the Russell, Schumachers, Mazepins type of the world. And, you know, the Haas boys, they're so difficult because, again, in that cheap price range, you pay more for these, and there is just that little element of risk, I think, as well. Because they can really do well.
Yep.
But these, for some, Schumacher and Mazepin both still feel like safe bets because they seem to be finishing races now.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Bar Bahrain, I think they finished every race. No retirements.
So, you know, they're doing that despite issues they've had in the race. And with retirements and everything as it goes, they make up those points. If you can pick whoever's got the teammate points for the weekend as well.
A bit like Pierre Gasly, Mick Schumacher is a dead cert for teammate points unless something goes wrong with his car.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Mick Schumacher is a fantastic pick.
He is, which, you know, and
he got great points in Baku. I know that was mainly because of retirements and whatnot. But he also got a bit stuffed in qualifying with Gio, and who was the other one? He red flagged it in that Q1. That Latifi? Stroll, yes. Those two.
Stroll.
So Mick lost out points because he went backwards and then he went forward. He had a great week in Baku. He's a solid performer. I think I'm backing Mick Schumacher from the cheap drivers.
I'd be tempted. Obviously, I'm going to keep in Giovinazzi in the hope that he jumps up another 0.1 million in the time. Ocon, for me, is the only option that I would go. I would weigh up getting Ocon over Mick Schumacher, but Alpine are an unknown. But like you said, it's their home Grand Prix. You kind of feel like they'll want to perform well here.
Yep.
So definitely. That could be something. And obviously, having Ocon as your cheapest driver then is a big benefit.
Yeah. 100%. I couldn't afford Ocon.
No, so that's...
You've made mega bucks.
Yeah. I may have not made mega points, but maybe my mega bucks that I'm making can pay off later in the season.
Yeah. My bet is Team Gio Mick, and I'm backing Mick.
Yeah. Or, you know, I could upgrade probably Pierre Gasly to Carlos Sainz. Or Charles Leclerc. And
we haven't really talked about the streaks.
Mick Schumacher. Yeah, okay, so streaks this weekend. You've got Perez on a race streak.
Oh, must.
So I think that means that Perez suddenly becomes...
best turbo pick, Checo Perez or Lando Norris. Carlos Sainz, even with that quali streak, I wouldn't really touch him.
Would you not?
Quali streak's only worth 5 points. And if it's between him or Lando Norris, I don't know. I don't know where you'd make room in the team for him.
Well, I think that's a pick for the guys who've got higher budget. Let me see if we can do it, actually.
I don't think it's worth it necessarily. Because with Sainz, if... the risky thing with Sainz is Leclerc is still got the better of him, so you can make up those 5 points.
I can do that. That's still quite a big budget deficit. But if I move that down to a Mick Schumacher, then obviously.
But if you had someone like Pierre Gasly who gets those 5 teammate points, then that's the race streak right there.
Yes,
quali streak. I mean. So,
And then you're back in on Ferrari beating AlphaTauri, which isn't the worst thing to go. But will Charles Leclerc beat Carlos Sainz? Although that teammate battle again has been pretty close.
it's not guaranteed. Yeah.
And the thing is, Sainz tends to not qualify as well as Leclerc, but makes up places within the race. And Leclerc seems to have like the super qualifying, as he's probably on current form the best qualifier on the grid.
Yeah. But personally, you're going off on a tangent.
I'm going off on a
Personally,
tangent.
I don't think the Sainz quality streak is worth a must pick for Carlos.
I agree.
What about, so Best Turbo said Checo Lando?
I think
Maybe
with the
Checo?
race, with the race streak, it has to be Checo.
Yeah.
If you've got Checo, go Checo. If you've haven't got Checo, I would definitely pick Lando over, say, a Charles Leclerc.
Ones to avoid?
Ones to avoid. I still would avoid Alonso.
Yep.
I feel it's too risky. I know he would have paid off reasonably well if you backed him in Baku,
Yeah.
but again, huge risk. Daniel Ricciardo at the moment, like we said, huge risk still. Valtteri Bottas,
Whoa.
do not touch. You just don't know what you're going to get
Yeah.
from Valtteri. And especially in that price range, no.
Yeah.
Absolute no. Let's go from there. Even if he drops somehow, I don't know what his price is currently, actually. No chance. He's not even going to drop into a turbo pick.
No.
Type of one. Latifi, I think is a big no.
And Mazepin, even though he's dirt cheap, Mick just beats him every single week. Mick's the better pick there.
Yeah, although there is still the odd pick. He's too risky.
No, it's just not worth it.
Okay, and Yuki Tsunoda, I would also put in the no pick category.
Yes, because the teammate points, like Nikita, he's just nowhere near his teammate.
Yeah, and I would definitely back an Alfa Romeo over trying to get one of these two right than I would
Yuki. Yeah, fair enough.
Bam, there we go. Right. Send that. That's it. That is the F1 Fantasy review. No, preview. God,
Preview.
we haven't even got there. I know sometimes people wish France away, but we're not that far ahead. But yes, good luck to all you fantasy players out there. Let us know in the comments down below your teams, your thoughts on some of our picks for this weekend. Obviously, like you said, triple headers. So realistically, those ones who have the forward planning, you might be looking to make your substitutions based on what sort of teams you're looking to get without taking a -10 hit coming into, is Silverstone at the end of it? Or is it just double Austria?
I think it's just double Austria.
Okay.
So I think it's too soon for Silverstone.
Yeah, so, because what we did...
But Silverstone's right around the
one of
corner.
them was a streak. Baku, France, then double header Austria, and then it'll be Silverstone after that. Yeah.
Must be.
Okay. Yeah, so you might want to play around with who you want in your doubleheader weekend at Austrias for the following 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That is it, guys. So if you're new around here or haven't done so already,
They can like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
ding it. And this time we've put it in the right place in the video. So for now, you F1 fans, keep racing.